Hello, it's Robert Miner with Dynamic Traders Group with this week's DT 5-minute update and trade strategies video for our Twitter, YouTube followers. We go over a few markets very briefly, possible trends, confirmations, and reversals for the upcoming week, and at least what, in my opinion, have the best trade opportunities. We go over it really briefly. If you want details and detailed trade strategies, check out our DT reports. We have 3 reports for futures traders, for ETF stock traders, as well as our specific trade alerts, where we give you specific entry, exit, trade management for the 4 major financial groups. Okay, let's get started and start out with my favorite market, or one of my favorites, gold. This is gold weekly data, and I warned you last week that we're at or near an end of wave 5 of 5 last week, and that this past week would likely be the maximum time to complete that. Well, look what happened is we had this huge wide range outside bear reversal week. Our weekly momentums made dual look back bear just as anticipated. Gold, silver, GDX out of all be sideways to down for at least the next 2 to 3 weeks, if not much longer, potentially a few months. But we're looking at the next 2 to 3 weeks into the weekend ending March 27th at the least. We won't go through the details of the confirmations and all that, but if you have any background in Elliott wave, November was a higher time frame, wave 4. We subdivided beautifully into 5 waves right into our time target to complete the end of wave 5 of 5, which was February 21st to 25th. So that's the kind of information I think you can use. And also is just be aware, gold is probably going to be sideways to down for the next few weeks. This is Notes Weekly, and again, I've gone into detail for subscribers at least and given you brief warnings, those of you that are listening to this, that we're at or near a probable multi-week, if not multi-month high in notes. And again, Elliott wave-wise, probable 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, wave 5 subdividing into 5. And we're very near what is typically the maximum for the wave 5. That'd be around 135.06. We could certainly overthrow that some, but just keep in mind the time is running out for notes and bonds on the upside. In notes, every 4 to 5 weeks, we have tended to make a weekly high. There's a lot of other time factors, but just that simple one, which anyone can discover by bringing up a chart, would indicate that next week or the following week, we should complete a weekly high. And because our daily time factors, here's 3 of the key ones, are pointing to early next week as the extreme time to complete a daily high. And of course, our daily momentums have been dual look back overbought for 4 days now. That means we should be within a day or 2 of a daily reversal, which should coincide with a weekly reversal. Keep that in mind. Going to be a great trade setup following our next bearish reversal. And because of the volatility and panic that's going on in a lot of the markets, we don't enter the day of the reversal. We wait for the initial reversal confirmation signal, which we give our subscribers. But just be aware, upside's probably pretty limited in notes and bonds over the next few days. I warned you last week we were probably at or very near a weekly low, and had probably completed a weekly low a week ago at this, what we call a reversal week. And this week, confirmed that we have completed a weekly low, ought to be sideways up. This is the euro, by the way. Made dual look back bullish reversals in the weekly momentums, boy, right from a major price support zone that was around the 78.6% retracement. Here's our daily data. Of course, we've had a big run up this week. We're near a daily high. It's going to last a few days, be sideways to down in a correction, but we're just in the initial stages, or we should be at least, of a weekly bull trend in the euro, potentially a monthly bull trend in the euro. So take advantage of that because, again, initial stages, going to be a big run more than likely. Before I give you a quick review of the stock indexes, is that if you're actively trading and you want to improve your trading strategies, your analysis, all that sort of thing, check out our DT reports. Not only do we give daily updates, whenever one of the markets we follow makes a reversal, we let you know the probable targets, time and price. for trends, as well as when reversals ought to occur, and we update all those markets every night, as well as our regular video reports, as well as every week a separate trade tutorial video. So it's an ongoing education, and I think our education that we have is probably far, far better than most, at least, of what you can get online for some of these very overpriced courses, and we just give it as a part of your subscription to one of our DT reports, and that's why we have subscribers that have been with me 10, 15, and even 20 years. So that's the basis of our business, is professional, regular traders that trade in the futures, the stock, and the Forex market. So I hope you'll join our DT community. What's happening with the stock market? Well, I did warn you that a week ago that we're at or near at least a weekly high in the stock market, and I warned you that regardless of the bullish weekly momentum, that the other technical factors, particularly the price and the pattern, I thought would overcome that bullish momentum. And boy, did it ever. Of course, I never envisioned a decline like this, but our objective is to be on the right side and then take whatever the market gives us. So we have made a bear reversal, needless to say, in our weekly. This is our weekly SPX cash data. More than likely, we've completed the initial decline. More than likely. We're at a really key price level, and our weekly momentum made a bear reversal. The dailies were second or third day oversold. I had a lot of questions from subscribers and even some of the Twitter followers about, well, do these technicals work when you're in panic markets and volatile markets like this? The price target types of analysis usually don't work, or at least they go to extremes. But the volatility cycles continue to work. The time targets continue to work. So we had time factors, significant time factors, 27th, 28th, Thursday, Friday, and they actually go into Monday to complete a daily low. More than likely Friday, right in the two key time factors, we made this reversal closing near the high of the day, and we did not close below this group at 78.6% retracements. More than likely, we've completed that low with our daily momentums oversold. But if we have completed that low, we're just going to be sideways to up for a few days, probably anyway, and a corrective rally before we continue sideways to down. Now, this is where it takes a little bit of experience, not just in the actual trading if it gets this volatile. And if you haven't successfully traded volatility like this, it's a time to step aside. But I've been doing this for 35 years. I was there in the 1987 panic decline, in the 1989, October 89, and then, as of course, through the 90s, the 2000 top and significant decline, and then, of course, the 08 and 09, that period of time. So I've been through a few of these. One thing I can tell you, all things pass. This is not going to be, in the long term, as bad as you might think it is right now. It's actually just part of a kind of normal type correction. It's not over, more than likely. So just be aware that we're probably making what we call a daily low. We're going to have a corrective advance before we then continue sideways to down in the days ahead. So this is going to be a real good market, trading market, if you got some experience with the volatility and you can take some capital exposure to position. If not, all those other three markets I showed you, the notes and euro and gold, silver, they've all got great setups if you're not already participating in the initial stages of their trends. Well, that's it for today. Have a fantastic weekend. Be back with you next week with some updates. Check out our DT reports online, and also be sure and register for our membership, and it's all free for our traders news on our website, because we put some updates on there too you might be interested in. Okay, take care.